Hey guys, and welcome back to RoboCAD. In this HMI tutorial, I will explain you how to configure the slider. So as you can see, it cannot go beyond a specific value, although I can set the maximum value. And in a very similar way, I can adjust the lowest value for the temperature on this slider as well. And we can set the limits for this slider and adjust the colors as well. So let's begin. So I am in my HMI screen, so I will right click here and click on show description in order to see the description of these elements. So I will drag this slider and I will drop it here in my HMI screen, and I can expand it like this. I can expand this slider like this, right? And I can adjust it on my HMI screen. So I will select the slider and go into the properties, and after that I will go to my general properties, and here I have the option to change the title. So right now it is written as semantic, and I can change it according to my project. So for example, I'm gonna write it temperature. So as soon as I hit the enter button, the title is gonna get updated. So that is one thing about the slider. And before moving any forward, I'm gonna run the simulation, and for now I can only move the slider from 0 to 100, and I cannot do anything other than that. I'll exit the button. By the way, this exit button I have configured in my previous tutorials. You can see it, how to configure the exit button. Okay, so I will select the slider, and here I have option to set the minimum and maximum value. So I'm gonna set maximum scale value to 50. As soon as I hit enter button, it's gonna get updated to 50. And let me show you in the simulation as well. So the value has updated from 0 to 50. So that is another thing that you can do. And the main thing is to create the HMI or PLC tags. So we can do both, but in this tutorial I'm gonna make the HMI tag. So double click here on add new tag table. So this is the table for the slider. So I am going to rename this tag table as slider tags. So I'm gonna create my first tag as temperature. So I will simply write as temp. The data type is going to be the integer, so it is written int, although you can change it from here. The other tags are maximum and minimum temperature. So maximum temp and minimum temp. All of these tags will have data type as integer, which is written as int, right? So this is the data type. Okay, so I will go back to my screen one. This is the screen, and I will go into the properties, and now I will assign those tags that I have just created to the slider. So this is the slider properties, and this is the process tag. So I will go to my slider tag which I have just created, right? And I will select the temp, and I will check this box from here. I will again select the slider, go into the properties, and this time I'm gonna assign tag for maximum. So this is going to be my maximum temperature, right? So I will go again to the slider tag, and I will select maximum temp and check the box, and I'm only left with the tag for minimum. And in a very similar way, I will select the minimum temperature value tag and check the box. Okay, so we have assigned the tags, and now I will select the slider tag from here, from my project tree, right? And I will drag the maximum temp here on the top of the slider, and minimum temp closer to the bottom level of the slider, and we'll simply run the simulation. Now let's see what happens. So we are not seeing any grading right now, and because we have to set these values. So for the lower values it's 10, and for the higher values I'm gonna set it to 65. And now as you can see, we can set the slider level from here as well. So this is kind of a manual work, but we can specify some specific values for these tags. So I will go into the slider tag, and I'm gonna select the entire row for the temp. I will go into the properties. So this is the temp tag properties. So I will go into the general properties, the value properties, and I can set a value for this temp. So on an average it's going to be 25, let's suppose. You can set it according to yourself, and I'm gonna select the maximum temp row, this tag, go into the properties, and in the value for the maximum temp, let's suppose it's 60, although 60 is too much, but let's say it's 60. For the minimum temp, I'm gonna set it to 5. Okay, so I have selected these values, and let's see what happens in the simulation. So as you can see, these are the predefined values that we have actually defined for the tags, right? So that's how we can get rid of that manual work of again and again specifying those values. So I'm gonna select my slider and go into the properties, and this time I'm gonna go into the limit ranges. So as soon as I check this box, you will see these colors, right? So these are different colors based on the ranges, and I will explain you the ranges a bit later. So as you can see, we can change the color for each range, each temperature range. So this is the bottom range, which is going to be blue for the lower temperatures. So let's run the simulation, and you will not be able to see these colors in the simulation because we have not specified the ranges in the tags. So I'm going to simply exit the screen from there, and let's come back to the tags again. So I'm going to select my temperature tag, which is basically the process tag, right? And I will go into the properties, and I will go into the range properties. So these are the ranges. We can specify the ranges, right? So let's start from the highest range. So I will select here constant, and I will assign a constant value. Let's say I cannot go beyond 50, so the maximum value is 50. Again, I will select the range for the level for the upper one level, and I'm gonna assign 40. Now we are left with the lower two levels. So lower one is going to be 20, and lower two is going to be 10, because I cannot go beyond 10. So these are the ranges according to myself. You can set it according to yourself as well. So I'm gonna simply run the simulation again, and this time you will be able to see these colors. So as you can see, I cannot go beyond the level 1, and the slider will always remain into the comfort zone. So beyond these zones, either it's going to be too hot or either it's going to be too cold. So that's how we work and configure the slider in HMI. If you find this video helpful, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.